human rights. It is therefore horrendous experience such heinous attacks of defenseless women, and this has now reached pandemic levels. Yet we pride ourselves with institutions which are intended to protect the rights of all citizens, particularly the vulnerable. Consequently, the ANC Women's League made a call last year in 2024, which was also made in 2019 during our march last year on the 29th of November to the Union buildings for GBVF to be declared a national disaster, and have followed due governmental processes, including a series of engagement with the highest political office of the land. We further applaud all state and non-state actors who championed our endeavor, a special civil society organization that braces our long-held position for GBVF to be declared a national state of disaster. The ANC Women's League and all sectors, inclusive of our alliance partners, once again during this period of much publicized commercial G20 shutdown, reiterate our call as submitted in both the Presidency and the National Assembly in comprehensive memorandum, which calls for the following: speed up the process on the review of the Sexual Offences Act. No bail policy or prosecutorial bail may be considered in respect of offences of GBVF and femicide. Enhanced training for law enforcement. A minimum life sentence to be imposed if an accused is convicted of GBVF and femicide. Tighter regulations on parole systems. Immediate allocation of resources for GBV prevention programs. Enhance monitoring of GBVF cases and increase accountability for delayed justice. Comprehensive review and reform of parole system, ensuring that rehabilitative measures are robust and effective. Greater public awareness and engagement in the fight against GBV and femicide. Strengthen policy commitments and legislative actions for the government protection orders need to be enforced. More people are killed whilst having protection orders in their hands. Increase collective support from government and private sector and NGOs for victims through enhanced services and community networks. A call for a unified movement that signals zero tolerance for crime and gender-based violence in our South Africa. Community safety programs include neighborhood safety initiatives to empower communities to protect illegal guns possession and collaborate with law enforcement. Tighten gun control and silencing guns, crackdown on illegal firearms. Review the National Register for Sexual Offenders to maximize effective implementation and regular update and proper coordination. The President to declare a state of disaster on GBVF. Weekly meetings from the Presidency to give feedback to the nation on practical advances to combat the scourge of criminality and GBVF. GBVF crime and criminality continue to undermine the very principles which form the foundation of democracy and egalitarianism. And we demand that the policy, all state organs, and most importantly, our government must take decisive steps to protect our communities. We call upon all women organizations, many of whom share our objectives in eradicating gender-based violence and femicide, to unite and rise with the rest of South Africa in confronting this scourge responsibly and decisively. This call comes as we prepare for the 16 days of activism against GBVF, running from the 25th November to 10th December, a period that demands not only awareness but concrete action. We also call upon research units and data agencies to provide comprehensive research and updated to statistics that accurately reflect the scale of GBVF and femicide in South Africa. Reliable data is critical for shaping informed communication and advocacy, ensuring that we present facts with integrity and avoid misrepresenting the reality, even as we strive to convey the true severity of the crisis. As the ANC Women's League, we reaffirm our commitment. We will not rest until accountability is enforced and meaningful changes is achieved. We will continue to hold officers of authority to account and mobilize community nationwide. Our campaign will begin with the National Men's Walk led by the ANC President, Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, in the Free State, symbolizing the critical role men must play in ending violence against women, children, and provincial walks will also follow, amplifying this message across the country. This is also a call for men, also in the media space, to partner with us under the banner, I quote, "It ends with us," close quote. We challenge men to reject all forms of abuse, including the exploitation of persons with disabilities, a crime that is not only unlawful, but morally reprehensible and diabolic. November being Disability Awareness Month strengthens our resolve to protect every vulnerable group in society. The ANC Women's League stands firm as the voice of the voiceless, defending women, children, and all vulnerable groups and marginalized communities. Together, we can dismantle the structures that perpetuate violence and equality in our society. I thank you.
Thank you so much, SG. We do profusely apologize for the background noise, given our location here. We've also been joined by Comrade Pinky Kekana, who's also a member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC, as well as a member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC Women's League. We will now go to questions. The SG has outlined the campaign of the Women's League, including a national walk that will be joined by the ANC president, as well as other formations as well, and the call for the issue of GBVF to be declared a national disaster.
All right, so those are proceedings coming out of that media briefing in the east of Johannesburg, where we continue to keep an eye on what's happening to come out of the ANC's NEC meeting out there. And we just heard now from Nokuthula Nqaba, the Secretary General of the ANC Women's League, just giving that media briefing there around gender-based violence and the scourge in a broader sense, just talking about how fighting GBV will be, joint effort amongst stakeholders as well as community members, saying the fight starts with me and you, and it all starts now by ensuring that we outroot GBV in our communities. And this is all on the sidelines of that NEC meeting that is currently taking place. We continue to keep an eye on those proceedings for you right here on the agenda. Here's